Lighting is now okay. Hi everyone. Are you a pet lover? Do you own a dog? Do you even have a dog? So if you own a dog and you're a pet lover and you love dogs, I think you should join me now. My name is Miss Jackie254. I do lifestyle vlogs, and of late, there is a new person in this channel of ours, which happens to be Tommy, my lovely Rhodesian Ridgeback pet, who is actually 6 months and is a male dog and brown in color. But that is not what I'm here for. I want to share, like clearly the title says, I want to share the most dangerous foods you should avoid for your pet to consume, because particularly dogs, because it can cause a lot of issues to the dog. I researched and I thought that I should share to you guys too, to have insights on basically what you should let your dog consume and what you should not let your dog consume. So before that, we need to share this and join and say hi. Please comment and let's get interactive. Let me share. Let me share, guys. When you join me, you can just say hi, wave, and tell me where you're watching me from, so that we get to know each other and we share sentiments on how you bring up your pet and how you always what kind of meals you give your dog, and the way you actually do it. So like I said, thank you so much for all the returning subscribers and the newbies. I don't take you for granted, guys. You have been very special to me for your continued support, and I don't take it for granted. So with no much further ado, because like I have like 11 of them that I feel I should share to you guys, so that you can be very careful with what your dog consumes. I will just start with one of them, which is actually the apple seeds. Well, not everything and anything that, people particularly think that the dog can consume anything. But if you really care about your pet and you're concerned about the dog's health, you should be careful with the kind of meals you take. As much as you think that they consume human food, they don't really consume human food. There are specific food that we eat you should not take, like apple seeds. The fruit is not an issue, but apple seeds actually contain a naturally chemical called 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄. I don't know if I butchered that, but I write that. It's called 𝐕𝐃𝐄, which releases cyanide when digested to the dog's bloodstream. So as much as you love, if you really love your dog, you should not share some things to do with apple seeds, and that is one of them. The other one is just obvious, which especially in Africa, people think it's good for dogs. It actually has even another name, which is avocado. Number 2 is avocado. Avocado fruit, here in Africa we call it, they dub it as manoriagui. Manoriagui in another layman language is actually saying that of things that fatten the dog, which is a lie and it's a myth, because let me tell you, avocado is very dangerous to the dog, and it can lead to death. Reason being, an avocado contains a fungicidal toxin called persins. And persins, they actually cause your dog to diarrhea, nausea or vomiting, and heart congestion. So if you really love your pet, avoid giving your pet, your dog specifically, avocados, because you're literally trying to say that you want your pet to die. Unless you just want your dog to die, go ahead and keep on giving your dog avocados. They're very dangerous to the dog. So avoid as much as you can to give your human best friend the fruit called avocado, because it actually contains persins. So that is number 2, which is one of the foods that you should avoid to give your dog. The third one is actually xylitol, or other name called artificial sweetener. Artificial sweetener, this causes low blood sugar, seizures, or is it seizures? Seizures, liver failure, and even death. Artificial things are especially things, artificial sugars are things like ice cream. You know, people think that a dog, especially the ones that stay in the house, that you can just give them anything and everything. Don't lie to yourself. You can cause your best friend to end up dying when you feed it those sweeteners that you think they're good, while they are just going to harm your pet. In the name of trying to be kind, you'll be harming your pet. So avoid sweeteners in any form, especially processed ones. Number 4, this looks like most of the people think what is good for the geese is good for the gander, but this is not the case. Cat food. You know, cat food actually contains a lot of high fats and high protein, which can cause stomach upset, obesity, and pancreatitis to a dog, because those fats in those foods that, like the kibbles for cats, it's meant to fatten the cat, not actually your dog. So the pancreas of the dog can't really do its work when you give it cat food. So most of the time, if you think that your cat doesn't want the food and you give your dog, avoid that. You'll be causing your dog to be a little bit obese, which is not going to be good, and you'll cause so many issues to your dog. Number 4, it seems like it's obvious, but it's not obvious to everyone, but this is it: alcohol. Alcohol will cause a lot of abnormal acidity. Of course, anybody or even human beings, when you take alcohol, indigestions and all that, you become a little bit destabilized in terms of you're not able to walk well or something. So the dog will actually have breathing issues and can eventually lead to death. So avoid giving alcohol to your human friend who is a dog or your pet, and you will make your pet stay healthy for quite some years. The other issue, or the other dangerous food, it's milk and dairy products. Why am I saying milk and dairy products? It's because the dog doesn't have enough enzymes like lactase to digest or to break down lactose, which is actually in the milk, and there's no essence. It will bring a lot of issues to you, especially indigestion problems and food allergies. So avoid a lot. I think the only milk you can buy, there are brands, I'm not going to name them, but There are brands which actually have dog milk, which is specifically made for dog milk. It's quite expensive, but you'd rather buy expensive dog actual milk rather than giving it dairy products like milk from the cow or milk from the goats, because you'll be making your best friend, which is your dog, human friend, will be having issues in terms of indigestion, and there's no point of you taking that down to your dog. So yeah, avoid milk and dairy products. You might think also this one is another food that people think that's being like kind to your pet, but you're actually making it suffer. It's chocolates. Chocolate contains actually theobromine and caffeine, which are stimulants that affect your dog, and these stimulants will lead to these cases to your dog: heart, kidney, guts, and central nervous system will break down within 24 hours. So if you want your dog to die of heart disease, just dear giving that stimulant, which is caffeine, which is very dangerous to a dog. So avoid snacking your dog with chocolates. They're not good at all. And an underlying chocolate is not good for your dog. So where are we? We're in number 7. Now we're in number 8. Number 8 is actually macadamia nuts. Macadamia nuts, people may think they're good for a dog's teeth. Let me tell you guys, it will cause depression, tremors, vomiting, weaknesses. Yani it makes the dog become so weak, and increased body temperature. And when do you think this happens? Within the first 12 hours of consumption, your dog will start acting up. So why would you make your dog suffer out of just avoiding something like macadamia nuts? It's not worth it. Macadamia nuts is more like chocolate as well. So avoid, guys. Avoid in all means to give your best friend or your human friend, which is the dog, such things that will cause issues to the body. Number 9 is actually grapes and raisins. Grapes and raisins are fruits which you might think they are good for your dog consumption, but they are not good. Reason being, they can cause kidney failure. Of course, you don't want your dog to be losing the kidney, and definitely that one will end up to death. Avoid a lot of fruits. Literally don't. I even don't think there's a fruit you should give a dog. I think it's only melon, and melon without seeds. But avoid fruits. Just give it water and dog food. And rice. There are grains that actually the dog can eat. There are foods that can eat. And if you really want for me to bring that issue of the foods that the dog can consume that are human palatable, but they can be shared with the dog, just click at the comment section and tell me if you want to know which are the best human food that your dog can consume. Where are we guys? Number 10, human vitamins. There are people who are like, oh, my dog is a little bit skinny, my dog is not having appetite, my dog is not doing this, doing that, and you decide to supplement with your own human vitamin supplement. My friend, you'll be overdosing your dog. So don't you even think of ever supplementing anything for your dog. If it is actually acting up and it's so critical, seek your vet's advice. Or if your dog is so crazy, sometimes even when they're dying, they act up, you need to just literally seek your vet advice rather than just going there with your own self-advised ways like just giving your dog vitamins, human consumption vitamins, which is just wrong. That's overdosing your dog, and you don't want to do that. So avoid giving your dog human vitamins. Last and not least, this is an added, I think everybody who owns a dog actually knows about these, but I thought I should add number 11. They're actually 10, but I wanted to add this on raw fish. You know, fish has a lot of bacteria and can cause food poisoning to a dog. And also sometimes some fish contain a lot of parasites, so it can bring fish diseases to your dog. Make sure to be cooking well your fish, and especially with bones. Avoid with things like tilapia. Just give your dog fillet because it doesn't have too many bones and they're not sharp. They won't choke your dog. Just make fillet or sardines or tuna and cook it well for your dog to be able to consume with no issue. So guys, those are my 11 things that I thought I should share. The most dangerous foods that your dog should not feed or should never eat, to avoid you seeking the veterinary's advice, or to avoid just killing your pets. Those are the things that we humans consume that should really avoid giving our dogs. And if you really want to hear this other side of the things that we consume but dogs can consume as well, you should click on the notification bell, on the views, and just on the comment section, and just say what you would love to hear about, and definitely yours truly will research and bring that to you live and direct for you to be able to interact with me. So I hope that changed the way you perceive, the way you just treat your human friend that is the dog. And I hope you will avoid those things, to avoid having those visits to the veterinary. By the way, for those people who don't know, dogs ain't cheap to keep. Dogs are not for the faint-hearted. Dogs are not for the people who are not concerned about animals, because they are quite expensive to maintain. So if you really know you're a pet lover, you should be very careful and very concerned about your pet in every way, food-wise, the way they live, what they consume, basically their natural health care. And you need to just be very cautious with how you relate, whether it's a cat, whether it's a dog, whether it's a bird. Those are especially ornamental birds, horses. You need to really be careful with how you pet your things. So I have to love you and leave you guys. And like you have noted, changing ways, I can be doing this oftenly live at night. In Kenya or in Africa, it's actually 22:46 hours or 10:46 p.m. East African time. And I can be doing this oftenly for you guys. So leave your comment which dog you own or which pet you own in the comment section, how you relate with it. Mine, I'm proudly a Rhodesian Ridgeback owner. So You can share if you own a Chihuahua, or you own a German Shepherd, or you own a Doberman kind of dog. Just share down, or even a choo-choo kind of dog. Just share in the comment section and tell me how you keep up with your dog. At least mine has no much do in terms of cleaning, and it doesn't have too much fur, but it's very aggressive, and it's a male dog. So yeah, and I'm proud of it. It's growing very fast. So I have to love you and leave you guys, and it's a good night from Kenya. I don't know if it's a good morning from you people. Yeah, so till next time, God bless you. I love you so much, guys, and take care of your dog. Till next time, God bless you. I gotta love you and leave you. Mwah. Make sure to subscribe, like, share, and comment. I love you guys. See ya. Good night.